Ladies and gentlemen, T-minus 1 minute on the new AC. We're going to dive right in here. I can test this out just before leaving. I'm very, very lucky. I'm just coordinating some things with my alliances. It's still a 1v1v1 format, but apparently the purple team in this case only has one person. So I guess we got paired up with kind of alliances that we shouldn't have been paired up with. That's kind of going to be unfair. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It is a full alliance in orange, aka OJ. So yeah, it's basically a 1v1. We were simulating a 1v1, but let's see what happens here. We're gonna start out strong out the gate in 26 seconds. These are all like base teams here. You can see here there's just like AI generated, not AI generated, but they're just like randomly generated teams. They're always super duper easy. I think even fives, the defense on 5 is still really weak. Yeah. So we're just gonna dive right in as soon as we're ready. And then I want to show you guys, we might fast forward through some stuff here and there, but I want to show you guys what this ends up looking like over the course of the hour. So there we go. We can start, we can fight. We're just going to go in and choose a random one. And we're just going to set a random team. Go with your weakest characters first when you're doing these initial attacks on the very first day of AC. This is just a general tip because unless you have like completely unbuilt tier 1 characters, right? Obviously, it depends on what your roster looks like, but if you have, decently built tier 2s, especially if they're level 70, you can do this and just kind of bulldoze through and get some cheap, easy wins early. Even if you don't have a good account, this is a good way of getting participation early on. So if you have a lower level alliance, or if you have an alliance, with less active people, you can ask them like, hey, I'm a newer player, or not newer player, but like I'm still building up my account, but I could really use these attacks early on because more well-built accounts, veterans, etc., whales, will be able to duke it out in the second and third days of AC when, you're actually fighting against real players and not these sort of AI teams. So, yeah, you can talk to your alliance and sort of coordinate that, but we're just kind of bulldozing right now. This is super duper easy, so we'll just fast forward through the rest of this until we actually encounter some resistance. Oh, wow. So they actually beat us to purple. I mean, they actually beat us to orange. That's crazy. Wow. They got to 8 before we did. That's crazy. Wow. Yo, orange is serious in this first phase. God damn. All right, I wasn't actually paying attention 100% as I should have been. There is a Spider-Man on the second team. Yeah, we're being kind of too slow, which is not good. You want to be a little bit careful in the very first 2 zones that are right bordering your alliance when you start. They're very, very easy, but as you get further in, it gets a tiny bit harder. So you have to be a little bit careful. It's crazy they have 2 Spider-Mans. That's kind of illegal, AI. You can't have 2 of this exact same character. But yeah, I kind of bulldozed through them. Anyways, this is interesting. When you take a zone initially, you have a 5-minute timer when you cannot attack. So you can see these timers counting down from when they were taken. You can see their protection removed in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. So you're basically guaranteed. You can see there that they've already guaranteed 1 bonus point on 12, and now that timer is going to start to tick up, and they've guaranteed 1 bonus point on 9. So you're automatically guaranteed 1 bonus point as soon as you conquer a zone because it'll always have a 5-minute timer. But this is interesting because it creates a situation where it's like an ebb and flow. You're not going to be like constantly attacking because if certain zones get locked or just are inaccessible anymore for whatever reason, and you're just focusing on a few zones, every time it's retaken, presumably it's going to have a fresh 5-minute protection timer. We'll have to wait and see when a zone changes hands here. But and you can see there the sword has activated, meaning that people are attacking. So you got some nice visual cues now in AC because you see these zones are available for attack, but they're not being attacked. 11 and 7. And then you can see there 8 is being attacked by my alliance mates. It's actually being attacked a lot. So I should probably jump in there and get some fights in myself. So yes, as I suspected, once you conquer a zone and you take it back from a player, it creates a shield for 5 minutes. So these shields are going to keep popping up over and over again, as you can see there. And so it always guarantees 1 bonus point, but from there, everything else is up for grabs. So you can see they took 11 from us while we were trying to take 8 from them. Now the goal here, I don't want to spoil too much of my alliance's strategy rather than partake in it, but we're trying to one-shot 5 so we can get back to 8 But in particular, we want to stop them from claiming, like, keeping 8 after the 10-minute mark. So it actually creates a lot of, like, frenetic energy and, like, anticipation because we have 2 minutes, right? Once that hits 10, they're going to get an extra bonus point, and we sort of wasted our time that we had spent earlier attacking 8 when, you know, because we didn't make it in time. See what I'm saying? So we have to one-shot 5 now in time with less than 2 minutes. There we go, and my alliance pulls through, baby. So now we have just a minute here and change. Someone's already in battle, and we're going to pull back 8 to stop them from claiming that extra second bonus point. Let's see a little bit of Doom action here. I actually didn't set a tier 4 striker for Doom, so he doesn't have one, but this is a very easy team, so we should be just fine. Yeah, I'm putting down stronger teams now because that's what was instructed by my alliance, but also because it's just such a short window, right? Only having 1 hour now, and it's actually much less than an hour because those first 10 zones that are claimed by, you know, 1 to 3 alliances, that takes a few minutes. Let's say that takes 2 minutes to do, and then all of them get locked out for 5 minutes. So it actually eats up close to 10 minutes, which is crazy. It eats up close to 10 minutes in the opener, just chewing through those AI teams. So it's actually very interesting how they've managed to not only, like, whittle down the amount of time that AC takes, but it also now feels so much more active and engaging. And there's actually just one more thing that I just realized now that it's going to make it even more intense, is the end. Because I believe at the very end, they're going to count up, right? When that 1 hour timer ticks to 0 and the dust settles, and then whoever has the zones have the zones, then it's going to count up those extra bonus stars, like the stars of the zones themselves. You don't get them until the very end. And so as much as these bonus points kind of matter, what matters more is kind of at the end. So yeah, I keep getting locked out of fights. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's kind of frustrating in a good way. So they locked 6. They wanted to stop us from getting 6. They're trying to basically box us out and strand our best characters in a particular zone. So we have to kind of scramble here and figure out what we're doing. We're not doing very well right now. You can see my alliance is like, we're roasting each other. We have very high expectations. So yeah, we have to kind of figure this out on the fly here. Okay, good. Everybody, this is good though. This is good. It's good that I check a zone and everyone's in battle. We just need everyone to win their battles, which has not been the case. It's definitely going to take some time to adjust. So I think this is really interesting, and I'm really happy that I can put out this video ahead of time so you guys can see. This is not what top AC looks like. This is what, like, you know, a veteran coming back into the fold looks like after some time off. There's a little bit of rust to shake off and stuff. There's a bit of an issue with timing, but we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. But it's very interesting. Like, there's already 15 minutes gone. It doesn't even feel like it, but 15 minutes have already zipped by on Conquest. And you can see, the score's racking up. It's 20-11 right now. The score racks up really fast. But yeah, I think at the end, you'll see, like, a big boost in score from the zones being settled. So you actually kind of need to leave something in the chamber for the very end. Or you just need to exhaust your opponent before that time and then just, you know, coast out the win, right? They've already used up their shield there. They shielded 6 to try to stop us. You only get 1 shield, I believe, per round, this protection. And the shield doesn't last very long. I think it's only 5 minutes. So it's interesting to see. I don't know if the shield being up stops the bonus points from calculating. It actually doesn't. You can see it's covering the timer, but the timer's still going up. So that's kind of cheeky. If you time it properly, you can use that shield to gain a full extra bonus point. Are we going to go 9 now? We're going to go 11. Okay. We're attacking 11 here. I should probably do less yapping and more attacking. But as you can see, the Krakens have finally woken up. Boys, this is what I was waiting for. It was not like this, okay, 10 minutes ago. People were slacking, putting in bad teams, taking their time, you know, kind of whistling along. It's much better now. Okay, we're doing 9 as well. All right, I can jump in on 9. I'll have a couple of teams to throw there. This is the team I wanted to throw. Oh, my God, someone's already fighting 9. Oh, let's go back in. I'm also not used to jumping through all the menus really fast in Conquest, so this is something I have to get used to. But I'll get the hang of it. I do think I'm going to participate in Conquest. I'm going to obviously be busy for the next couple of weeks, so I won't have as much time to play. But I think, I think it's worth it even to just jump into Conquest and throw your metas down, right? Just dump out 10 quick teams. And I think there's a lot more opportunities now than before. Like, I genuinely think these are really good changes to Conquest. I need to highlight, like, I know the gameplay can seem a little stale at times. It definitely is an acquired taste, and it's something you kind of have to get used to. It's nice to see the wins rack up. It's nice to see those participation rewards. pop up with the alliance tokens from time to time. And then what I really like about this system, which I imagine, like, if what I'm feeling is what is happening, is what's going to happen, basically when the battle phase is on and you used to join, like before, right, prior to these changes, when it was a 2-hour battle phase and it was the timers, you could come into Conquest. You could, like, you know, even if you weren't a Conquest player, you're hopping on your phone, you're playing MFF, you have a little bit of time to spare. You're like, you know what? I'll go check out Conquest. And you go and check out Conquest, and your alliance is all just standing there staring at the timer. And you're like, hey, can I help? And they're like, not right now. If you can come back in 15 minutes, then you can help us. But we have to wait 15 minutes for this timer. So no one is attacking for the next 15 minutes. And then you're like, yeah, I'm just going to go watch something on Netflix. I'm not going to sit here for 15 minutes looking at my phone. Screw that. And then you just don't play Conquest. Now, every 5 minutes, there's something, right? So you're never going to have to wait more than 5 minutes to jump in on the action, which I think is much, much better. You can see everything's turning green now, baby. This is what you love to see. You love to see everything turning green. And I actually wasn't paying attention. Okay, we're going on 7 now. I actually wasn't. Hey, this is what you love to see, man. I'm just a cheerleader. Listen, folks, I'm not really the brains or the brawn of this operation. I'm the cheerleader here, okay? And rightfully so. I got the camera and everything. So yeah, we got to go get our boys stranded on 1. They've been on that island for time. Yo, 12 minutes. What the f? 6. Take 6. Take 6, boys. Take 6. I'm gonna hammer with a good team. Here we go. Dropping the hammer. I don't want them taking 6 back, so we're gonna drop a big team here. We're gonna drop a big old dookie on them. And yeah, we need to take 6 back so we can, like, 3 has been, they're about to get a 3rd star. What about 3? 3? I'm gonna chime in here. I usually don't like to chime in. I like to let the alliance leaders do their thing. Wow, he's actually putting up a fight, which is crazy. Huh? Madeline is so bad sometimes, bro. What's going on in Madeline's head, brother? Who knows? But yeah, this should be a one-shot here. Yippers. All right, give me those participations, boys. Hopefully I can hit 10 participations in this phase, and then maybe I'll do one more phase and do another 10. There we go. Okay, we got 6. Okay, we're going on 3. Yeah, it's unacceptable that they've been holding 3 for this long, so we just got to go and punish them for it. Shut them down, boys. Shut them down. I don't even know if we're supposed to tag 3. I'm just doing this for the content, to be honest. We're doing it for the content here, boys. Yeah. So you can see they're still doing... I have to set my teams. I have like 20 empty slots for teams that I haven't set up for Conquest. So I'm actually going to have a lot of time on my hands to theory craft. I know some AC big timers have been theory crafting and stuff. But yeah, I need to hear from them. And I need to come up with 30 strong teams now. That's going to really stretch my roster. That's 90 characters. No, wait. 30 teams? Is it 30 slots? Times 6. Is that 180 characters? Holy, bro. That's the vast majority of my roster. Wow, you're gonna see some slum dogs in there, bro. Yeah, so look, if we can snipe this in the next 30 seconds, it's possible. It's very hard, but it's possible. If we snipe this in the next 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, we steal that extra bonus point from them and they don't get it. This is hype. This is hype. Look at all that green, baby. You love to see it. So look at the tide shifting. It was 11 to 20 for them, and now it's 22-18 for us. Very, very nice. We only have 5 seconds left. I don't think it's gonna happen here. We're not gonna be able to clutch this out. Very close, but they did secure that 3rd bonus point. Sag. Yeah. Okay, so we shielded 5. Interesting. 11 and 6 are shielded. Yeah. There is, you know what's really cool as well? There will probably develop an even more advanced AC strategy, because now that we know that every time you reclaim a zone, it creates a 5-minute buffer, you can like create cascading shields, right, on specific zones. So let's say you take 12 and then you wait, and then just before they take 12, you take 8 and 9 at the same time. Now they have to sit there and wait 5 minutes on 9 and 8, which allows 12 to build up a bonus star guaranteed. And then if you did that again on 11 and 6, you cascade it again. So you could really exhaust an alliance's resources by having them go to like 80 or 90% on 12, and then locking them out of 12 by taking back 8 and 9. And then when they go to like 80, 90% on 8 and 9, you lock them out of 8 and 9. And now they have like all these metas stranded, not doing anything, right? And if the timer runs out or they run out of gas or whatever, it's just like a huge morale blow to them. So yeah, it's like we're kind of doing that right now. You can see 12, we stranded them at 60%, and we stranded 5 at 60% as well. And now they're gonna have to chew through, after waiting, right? They're going to have to chew through 4 and 3, or they're going to have to, you can see they're going at 12 right now from their home base, but they can't attack 9 just yet. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff here. Man, we let them sit on 1 for 15 minutes though. Like they got a lot of juice on that. But you can see we're ramping up here for 12. A lot of people are complaining about downloading maps. So if you want to get a head start, if your conquest hasn't started yet for whatever reason, go into the options menu, scroll down, and download all data. There are AC maps that have to be re-downloaded. And so when you're going into attack, if you haven't downloaded the map, it's going to re-prompt you to download it. And especially if you're not on Wi-Fi when you are playing AC, if you're on data or whatever, if you have spotty service, it's gonna lock you out basically. So download these ahead of time when you're at home or on strong Wi-Fi or whatever at work. You know, when you're taking a dump. And then you'll be all set for AC. But yeah, bro, we're crushing these dudes right now. We still have 30 minutes though, so yeah, still some time to play. But this is a much better feeling. This is what Conquest should feel like. It should feel nice and snappy. You know, it should feel like a boxing match. Before it felt like, I don't know, it felt like 2 dudes wrestling in the mud. To be honest, it felt bad. It felt slow and bad and lame. And now it feels like a nice, crisp, like middleweight, lightweight, not featherweight, but like middleweight, lightweight boxing fight. You can already see here from the defense on 6 that some of them have succeeded and some of them haven't. So you can see my second team there on 6 has 1 successful defense. Then Video Dead has 1 successful defense with this Kang Havoc team. Doom has a successful defense with his Gore Hulk lineup. And then you can see some of the others are a 0. But I actually want to go through and see on 8 when they start attacking it. If we already have successful defenses there for Yaba and Extreme. Very nice. It's actually really funny because you can sort of watch this in real time if an alliance is struggling, and you can see you know, what teams are actually doing better than others. I haven't seen more than 2 successful defenses yet, so it should be interesting if oh, my other team got a successful defense as well. Yo, Doom got 2. Nice. This is actually really funny. So it actually kind of gives you something to do besides strategizing your next hit. As a group, it gives you something to kind of watch, right? You can come back and keep refreshing this and seeing, okay, am I gonna rack up a 3rd defense, a 4th defense? Because that, you know that at the same time, that's got to be demoralizing. There's someone on the other end there who's like, fuck, and they can't get through your team or your alliance mate's team. So that's mad funny. 2 still on that one. Maybe they finally chipped through. Oh man. But yeah, this is going to be good times. So this is going to be good times when this gets ironed out. 2. Yo, Yaba's got 2 there. Chris has got 1 there. Very nice. And keep in mind, yeah, revives don't refresh anymore. Oh, they took away my defense success? I thought I was 1 and 1. Oh, that's weird. But yeah, oh, Gray still got 2 there. Revives don't refresh. Artifacts don't refresh. All that stuff. So it... you know, it gets a bit trickier to... It gets harder, definitely harder to defend. Yeah, 2 is the most I've seen thus far. If you see more than 2, hit me up. Yo, I got 2 on this team. Gene and Madeline giving these guys fits, bro. Oh, can we get 3? Can we get 3, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, they took 8. Can we get 3? Come on, come on. Yo, they're not gonna make it. There's 40 seconds. They're not gonna make it. Oh, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it. Damn. Ah, damn. They just took it back. Damn. Okay. This is so hilarious. Jim with the big 3 defensive wins with the symbiote team. Big shout out to Jim. Yo, he crushing it. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive wins, ladies and gentlemen. Conniptions all around. So we're coming down to the end of the wire here with just about 10 minutes left in Conquest. And it's very interesting because I'm already seeing strategies and like meta macro level stuff play out in my head. And so one thing I do want to point out to you guys, this might be like, you know, sorry to my alliance for revealing this to the general public, but where you are on the map is super important for thinking about attacking and where the enemies are. Now, unfortunately, this is much harder to control when it's 1v1v1. It's much easier to plan for this kind of stuff in just a 1v1 scenario, which is why I'm pleading with the developers. Please just make Conquest a 1v1. It should never have been a 1v1v1. Just take the 3rd alliance out. It's so much more fun and so much more competitive in a 1v1 scenario when you're only duking it out back and forth, right? Who ever heard of a boxing fight with 3 people in the ring? That's just ridiculous. So pretending that from now on, all conquests are just going to be 1v1. If you look at this map right now, the way that we've conquered the zones, that we've sort of retaken them, is not ideal, is not the most efficient, because every time you reconquer a zone, every time you retake it, it automatically applies a 5-minute shield, and you cannot attack during that 5-minute shield. But if you look here in the corner, orange is, their base is bordered by 9 and 12. So ideally, what we would have done, being on this side of the arena next to 7 and 11, is we should have, when orange took the whole map, we should have taken back 11 and 7, and we should have worked our way around clockwise, taking 4, and then 1, and then 3, and then 6, and then 5, and then 8, and then finally, when the timers are expiring on these first ones and they can start to attack them, then we take 12 and 9, because then they're boxed in. We've basically cornered them. But if you go through 11 and then 8, 12, 9 faster, sooner, earlier, then it actually allows the other team, more time earlier on to mount their counterattack. And that's especially important in these sort of crunch time situations when there's like 10 minutes or less. Because when I say there's 10 minutes, there's really only 5 minutes. Because as soon as we retake a zone, that zone has a 5-minute shield. So you don't have much time at all, right? 5 minutes to retake a zone late game when you don't have a lot of roster left and you're sort of burned out can be very difficult and can be the difference between winning and losing. So I really love that where you are positioned on the map really matters, and the order in which you take zones now matters so much more. Like 5 is still really important because it's the central location and it gives 5 stars, but the bordering locations now, 12, 9, 11, 7, what is it, 3 and 1, matter so much more now. So with just under 2 minutes to go, the first round here of Conquest is wrapping up, and I gotta say, this was way more fun. It held my attention almost throughout the entire phase of a full hour, which is something that I've literally never said before about Conquest, which is crazy. And there are certainly pockets of time. There's like a 10-minute, 15-minute window where when another team is sweeping back and retaking all of the zones, you kind of just have to sit and wait. So there is a little bit of downtime, but it only happens once or twice per hour. So it's really clean, and honestly, it just gives you time to like strategize, regroup, call some more people up to play, or go to the bathroom. The only thing I would come away with this saying is please, please devs, please Netmarble, make this 1v1. This would be so much fun as a permanent 1v1 game mode. People have been begging for this, not just myself, right? The whole community, Commander, everybody has been begging for this from day one. Please take away the third alliance. Just make it 1v1. It's so much more fun. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. I'm not going to show you guys who wins in the end. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.